And hello, 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 hello. Hello there, my darlings. Hello there, my darlings. Hello there, my darlings. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another installment of what? The Donut Factory Commentaries and Chronicles. Darlings, 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 this is going to be a hodgepodge of things to talk to you today because I'm going to have a little fun with you. You know, at the same time, make a point. And in doing so, I want to, because I have a little fun, but then make a point at the same time and then get a little serious because we got a couple of issues that's going on that I want to talk about. But I just put down there into the comment section, honey, my website, and Karen, go to my website. Please visit my website and things of that nature. Like and subscribe to all of my platforms and all this, that, and the other. Okay? So, darling, coming out of a conversation, let me see if I can get this to sit right. Okay, oh, I think that's cute. Y'all know I have to fight with this damn light all the time. I like it like that, actually, but it won't stay. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Can I do this and it'll do right? Oh, there we go. All right. I had a conversation the other day, and it just failed. Shit. I want to have a little bit of fun with you, so I want to make sure that you guys chime in on this, and let's see what names we could come up with. Okay. Now, I know back in my day, there was always the running joke that you knew gay folks. You could always tell if someone was gay by looking into their musical selections, okay? If you were to go to their music collection, honey, you will find one, if not all, of the above artists. And those artists include Diana Ross, Patti LaBelle, Cher, Barbra Streisand, Judy Garland, Liza Minnelli, Dolly Parton, and what was the other one? It's a couple more, but those are the big names. Okay, now if you got real eccentric, you have some Shirley Bassey, or Leontine Price, or Jessie Norman, and those kind of girls, then you are real special. Okay, and then of course if you have some of the obscure names that a lot of folks didn't know about, you know, like Crystal, or Janice McLean, you know, and some girls like that. You know, if you had those kind of people in your repertoire, then darling, you know, that was always something, you know, and carried on. But now, there was a discussion about what masculine men, straight men, masculine men, ought not be listening to, you know, when they are driving down the street or whatever. So, this tickles me because I think it is full of shit. And in addition to it, I just think that, you know, we have gotten so far away from the main goal of all of this, you know what I'm saying, or the main point. Ooh, excuse me, that came out of nowhere. But here's the question. I want for you to name me anybody who you feel that as a straight man or as a masculine man that you cannot be rocking in your car. Okay. Now, besides Beyonce, okay, besides Beyonce, who is an artist that folks would feel as masculine men or as a straight man, it goes against the man code to be listening to or to be rocking if you were to be in your car or walking down the street or got your headphones on, not your headphones, but you got the music blasting. What artist do you feel a straight man or a masculine man should not be listening to. Now, as I said, besides Beyonce, okay? Because Lord knows that the kids are having a real time with this. And I challenge folks with this because I really believe that oftentimes that the reason why straight men or masculine men do not want to listen to these kind of people out in public, in a public forum or whatever, because they have such a huge gay following that it would then add suspicion or cause folks to want to put them into a category of, there's no such thing as gay tendencies. However, for lack of a better term, a lot of folks want to use that. Or he got tendencies, or oh, something's wrong. Okay, so who do you feel are some of those artists that folks should not be listening to? Okay, so if you are heterosexual and you agree with this so-called man code, I want you to put names down here and let's discuss it, because it's absolutely crazy. Okay. Let's see. Let me go ahead and see. Folks that came up in here, so let me say hello to the people. Daryl is up in here. Hello, Daryl, and Dominic, and Chemo, and Tracy. Hey, baby, what's going on? Chemo, you say, well, I'm still in therapy over missing your interview with Miss Martha Wash. But don't be in therapy, baby. The interview is up in the archives, and I haven't transferred it over to YouTube yet. But you can catch that interview in the archives on the Blog Talk page. So, but you know what? Let me put that down here in the comment section, because all of my radio interviews are accessible in the archive. So you could just go there and just go find her picture and you'll find it, honey. You'll listen to it and carry on. It was a wonderful interview, so go catch it. You can always catch that, okay? And pretty soon I got to go through, because I got the latest stuff I got to download and put onto YouTube, okay? So that there was that. So as we're coming up with those kinds of names or whatever, let me get a little serious with you, because again, it's something that's been going on for a long piece of time. But now But now, I'm sorry, Dominic said, child, I can't with this one, really. I know. See, you know what? Wait a minute. Let me put it like this. Isn't it just absolutely stupid, and it's funny, and it's crazy, it's comical, it's all of those kinds of things, but there's a lot of people who absolutely feel this way. Let me go back a little bit, because remember well, for those of you who are old enough to remember, when the hip-hop scene started to become gangster rap and this, that, and the other, rap music hit, it was fun, it was lively, everybody wanted to rap and beatbox and this, that, and the other. But then rap took a change, and then it became gangster rap and carrying on. And then all of a sudden, it went into this whole new thing to where now, if you wasn't listening to Luke or Tupac or Biggie or Ice-T and Ice Cube and NWA and all them kids, you were considered to be soft. Because then it became, the music started to then question your masculinity, okay? Who you listened to and started to explain or started to dictate to the mainstream, your masculinity and carrying on. So unless you was down, it wasn't all that. And then when women started getting into the game of hip-hop and rap, then it became how hard they became. Because, I'm down with MC Lyte and Queen Latifah and Yo-Yo and Salt and Pepper and those girls, But because Little Kim and Foxy Brown and those girls came into the mix, then all of a sudden, they had something to prove. And because they got nasty with the boys and carrying on, and they was real gangster and shit, then it became, okay, you can't be down like that, because, you still listen to the likes of Will Smith. Because remember that Will Smith, to listen to Will Smith then became a status statement. You wasn't down. If you were still listening to Chubb Rock, you wasn't down. You were still considered to be soft. So now it has evolved, because then when the hip hop music craze had taken over, Now it's all about who you listen to. Who is it that you listen to? And so I know I got criticized a lot because I don't listen to hip hop like that and carrying on. And Lord help me, oh me so horny, honey. I listened to that at the club when I went to go shake my ass or whatever. But to be rocking that down the street, you wasn't gonna catch that on my radio. You wasn't gonna catch me talking about I don't know none of Ice-T songs, but you wasn't gonna catch that. You wasn't gonna catch me rocking NWA because I wasn't, that wasn't my scene. I wasn't always about fuck the police and carrying on. Even though I may have thought it because I've had a lot of problems with the police, but that wasn't my thing. So because I listened to Patti LaBelle and Stephanie Mills and, the classic girls, Martha Wash, Sylvester, Natalie Cole, I listened to those girls, Then came Boy George, then came, I listened to a lot of Prince and Michael Jackson, Jeffrey Osborne, and I was listening to classics like that. So, that there was something that showed me to be in a different class and carrying on. And so I was always teased, based on my musical selections. And so, like I said, in the beginning of all this, it was always said, if you didn't know if you could clock the whole music thing became how folks was clocking your teeth. Because if they didn't know or couldn't tell or whatever, then it became going into your musical selection, your collection, and to see your music. So if you had a lot of Diana Ross and Patti LaBelle, Cher, Barbara Streisand, and those girls and all the girls I said earlier, then it became this whole thing of you suspect. You know what I'm saying? And so now that we in this particular generation, I hear this all the time. That though the straight children love they love talking about how fat her ass is, but straight children or straight men feel as though that they cannot listen to Beyonce out in public because then folks will be looking at them as if they're gay. Let me see. Hello, say something to the children. Let me see. I got folks came up in here. I got let me go back. Okay, Cardella came and Ty and Ricky. Brianna, my daughter's up in here. Shannon is up in here. Thea, hey Thea, what's going on, Detroit? Rashid is up in here. Tracy, you say what? It's dumb to me. Anything with effeminate energy, if a dude listens to it, our manhood gets tested. Yeah, that's true. Kimo, you say what? Demetrius, can you do a talk about church queens or who are obviously gay but try to expose others? For example, Sir William G. McCreary III, a.k.a. Granny. That's coming. I'm going to get on that church shit in a minute, honey. I promise I will. Dominic says, remember when that hit the scene in order to mask that you listen to Wu-Tang or to a Tribe Called Quest and the mid-ground artists. Okay, right. Okay, right. That's right. Okay. That was your get out of jail free card. Greg is up in here. Rusty! Hey, Rusty! What's up, baby? You need to get a hold of me. I've been trying to bring you on the radio show, baby, to highlight you and your album and carry it on. And then me and you need to talk off camera because I need to. Do you still talk with Steph? Because yeah, we need to talk. Yeah, we need to talk because I need you to do me a favor. Tracy said, I listen to everything. Morris came up in here. Hey, Morris, what's going on, baby? I love you, too. Ruben is up in here. Brandon came up in here. Hello there, children. So here's where we are with all of that, okay? Where the music started to define your manhood, your masculinity, and carrying on. And now that we're in this bunch, Beyonce has become the artist that a lot of straight men feel as though they can't listen to, unless they got their chick with them, their girl with them, whatever, or some kids, they got to have little young girls. I was told I can't be rocking that unless I got some kids in the car and I'm taking them somewhere, and they in the car dancing because God help you if you know all the lyrics to it. Okay, I remember I was working at a before I moved down here to Atlanta. I was working at a school, Ferndale Adult Education. Okay. And it wasn't adult education. It was one of the last chance for high school shits. And Destiny's Child had came out with their last album together, right? And there's a song in there called "Through With It." I'm through with it, love, right? And while the guy, there was one of the students, he was in there, right? And I'm playing it because I had to play it low, and I'm playing my song and shit, and this, that, and the other. But he wasn't rocking to it, baby. When the bell rang and they left about, because I had the detention home. When the bell rang and everybody else left, that one dude, he left his boys. He came to me. He's like, yeah, I rock that song, but I can't rock it like that. I gotta rock it when I'm at home. And I said, boy, if you like the song, you like the song. It's a cool song. He said, yeah, that is a cool song, but you know. I'm like, damn, so it became this whole bit to do, and I just don't understand it. Theo, you say what? Interesting. However, the moment you allow others to dictate who you are by what you do or listen to is the moment you lose yourself. You know what? That there, I can't fuck with that argument, because that there becomes everything. That's a very, 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 very true statement. How you interact with people and with others, and then about your own power base. It shows your confidence in yourself, how you maintain yourself, how you structure yourself, and all of that. If you are giving somebody else the power to tell you who and what you are to be, then honey, then who are you as a person? Why does that sit down there and take you into a place of no return? You know what I'm saying? A lot of us get lost in that, because we get lost on what we feel others, how others feel or think about us, and carrying on. And it's powerful, because we always want to be popular. We want to be in the face of, without having scrutiny and carrying on put upon us. But at the same time, a lot of us are very resistant or have difficult time being leaders and being your own person. This is how we get kids who get caught up in drugs and alcohol and all this other different shit, all kinds of crime and stuff, because you get pushed into it. Girl, go ahead. Oh, nigga, what's up? You can do some shit like that. Stop being a pussy, and all that kind of stuff. So peer pressure becomes very real, But then at the same time, when you don't know how to claim yourself and know how to do yourself, what is that? How do we rectify that? How do we rectify that? How do we do it? So again, now I must be preaching to the choir, because nobody has put down a name down up in here yet. So all of y'all, so you are the ones who understand what this is. But let's talk about, how do we then change this narrative? How is it that we can get folks to just enjoy the music without putting someone's sexuality or their character on the line because they listen to something? It's kind of like back in the day, because I'm very musically eclectic. So I like country music. I like some rock music. I can't do heavy metal, but there's a couple of songs I like that are heavy metal songs, but I can't do it all as a genre. There's a couple of songs I like in the hip-hop world, but I can't do it all as a genre because it don't do me. I listen to naturally gospel, and I listen to praise music, and what's considered to be Christian. There's a whole big difference between Christian and gospel, and basically it's a color thing, because Christian music is white folks who usually into gospel. Gospel music is the hardcore, mostly the ethnic black sound from the black church. I listen to some classical music, although I don't know classical music by name. I just know what I like. I like big band, I like jazz and all that. So I listen to a lot of it. But what happens is that oftentimes we get criticized because of the masses. If you're not doing what everybody else is doing, or because you shifted from off the grid, then apparently folks feel as though they can take liberties in ridiculing you and, having something to say about why it is that you do what you do, or basically why you are who you are, So there we have that. Cardell, you say what? Does the world have nothing better to do than focus on how does music determine your sexual orientation? With all the racism, homeless people, and people can't find jobs, should be the focus of attention. Cardell, now you said that very eloquently, honey. We have so many other things to worry about, to think about the taste of someone's music, to dictate someone's sexuality or someone's prowess or someone's character. It sounds completely far-fetched and buffoonish. However, At the same time, if it sounded like that, it is what it appears to be at this point. The world, honey, we have gotten that. To sit down there, and because a lot of people know that Beyonce has a very huge gay following. As a matter of fact, a lot of her dance music and stuff is for the gay children. She specifically targets her gay audience with the music. It's very up-tempo, it's very upbeat. A lot of the femme girls and the femme queens and stuff, get into it. It's very woman empowering, so you have a lot of women. As a matter of fact, here's the thing about Beyonce's music. Even though it's very woman empowering, she has such a strong gay following to it. Most of the time, it's the gay children, honey, who push the music and get the music out there to where it is. It's the gay children who will end up getting the music, into the elements where it is and basically made her who she is, Now, I had my co-worker sit there tell me yesterday, he says that he believes that anything that deals with twerking, that straight men need not be trying to rock that. He said any kind of music that sits up there and will facilitate the twerk, okay, or whatever, that a straight man need not be rocking that by himself. He if he liked the song, that means he had the titty bar or something, watching somebody twerking his face or this, that, and the other. But as far as just liking the song to be liking the song, I'm gonna go buy that song because it's the jam. That's what we that's what we are with a lot of this stuff. So, what do you say? Okay, Philip has come in here. Hey, Philip, how you doing, baby? Gerald, I see you up in here. Hold on, y'all. Go ahead.
1027, walk down 19 to 2. Have one menu collected from room 213, 213.
That's a copy. All right. So, yes. So, having said all that, let's go to something a little bit more serious. Because, again, this kind of stuff been going on all the time. It's just that now we getting focused. And someone is reporting it. And that there is this whole thing with Morehouse College, and y'all see that the resident advisor or the dorm children are carrying on. It is said and it is alleged that he has been sexually assaulting some of the children in the dorms and things, and in the rooming houses and all of that. But here's the thing, child. Don't get it twisted, honey. This shit been going on forever and a day. Forever and a day, honey. And the reason how I know, I didn't go to Morehouse, but I'm going to tell you like this. I was at Wayne State University for a short period of time, okay? And during that time, honey, I know what it was to be in the halls and carried on. Now, I wasn't a resident advisor, but as one of the students, honey, I knew how to get around them. I know who to talk to. And I knew how to get my prey. Those who I wanted to fuck around with or whatever. So you talking about someone who is in a position of power that can sit down there and can dictate who you can and cannot sleep with as far as rooming assignments and stuff are concerned. As far as you have to do this in order to get your assignment. Knowing a lot of those kids are far away from home. And, coming into the world and really coming into college life for the first time or whatever. And then what about the repeaters? Those who know. You got those who are willing to do it, and let's take them off the table. Because I believe those who are willing to do it and willing to sit down there and do all that, those are the ones who didn't mind it. It's part of the college experience, you know what I'm saying? But then you have those who are scared or coerced into it and don't know what to do and carry it on. And so now someone who is supposedly have this kind of power, now he sits down there and bends the rules or make favors and carrying on, and it goes up under this whole big old thing. Wait a minute, hold on. I got comments coming in, and let me go here. Let's see. Jared, you said what? Yes. Good morning. Good morning to you too, darling. Philip says hello. Haji has come up in here. Philip says I'm just fine. All right, baby. Theo, you say, well, my brother Meach, that's why I love, admire, and respect you. You speak the truth. I appreciate you for that. Thank you. Mike has come up in here. How do you say, well, so does that fall under the gay agenda? You know what, fuck y'all and that goddamn gay agenda bullshit. No, it does not fall up under a gay agenda. What it falls up under is the agenda of that one particular person who is out to have for sex. Everybody knows that one little boy, and it goes across all across orientation. You know when you set out trying to have somebody. You know when you set out there trying to make someone your prey. You know when you sitting up there wanting to get a piece of ass, and how you trick and go through it. That's not a gay agenda. That's not a gay agenda. There is a whoremonger's agenda. How about that? Okay, you're a whoremonger. Okay, out there trying to have these little boys or whatever, because you are in a place of power, and can manipulate the situation. And then here's the thing: I really believe that there was more folks willing to do it. As the company, we're just not hearing about it. Those who were willing to do it, were gay and didn't have it, any ill will towards the web. They welcomed it. But here's another side to look at. Let's look at it from this side, because when this was going on, when Eddie Long, God rest him, was in the news and carrying on, and y'all know I didn't like Eddie. I couldn't stand Eddie Long. I just couldn't stand him because I just couldn't. Okay, but when he was in the news, a lot of the children said, "Oh no, honey, they just fucked up a good thing." Because here we got queens who got mad, or queens who were jealous because he cut the money off, and now they want to make us think about it. Could this be the same thing here? Could this be that folks got caught up in their feelings or whatever, and so now, because they can't get no special favors, now they want to expose the boy, because it's awfully cute that they got him on camera. Okay. They got him on camera carrying on and exposing him here and exposing him there. So let's look at this for what it is. In this particular situation. So no, this is not a gay agenda. This is a whoremonger's agenda, honey. And folks who are going out looking for people to prey upon for sexual favors, and then also for abuse of power. Okay, Ricky has come in, and let me see, Ricky, you say what? I remember wanting to show someone a house music track that I wrote years ago, and the first thing she said was, "It's too gay for me." And this female refused to listen to the track. She had no idea what the track was about. I tell you, how do you tell a bow-legged woman to walk straight home? You know what? I can't with you. I can't. But you know what? Now here's the thing. Going back to the music determining your sexuality. House music. I just had that last night with a coworker. House music was another one of those kinds of musics that, if you heard that, then that automatically identified you as gay. Because before house music became the law of the land, as far as party music was concerned, it was still underground. Disco was the same way. Now, I was a kid when disco hit, so I wasn't in the clubs at the time. But disco, some of the specialty disco, like when Ross would do disco, and when Aretha had a couple of disco songs or whatever, and then of course when LaBelle, when they did Lady Marmalade, that wasn't a disco song, but it became a dance cue, and then of course we started doing the 12 inches where they did the long play, so folks could dance to it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then of course the Queen Donna come out. Donna was just the disco maven. Okay, so we had all of that, but disco became a language of gay children and everything because most of the gay bars were playing that kind of music. The straight children wasn't doing that for a minute, so disco became that. But then also, we're in the 70s, so the 70s was a little lighter time. Everybody was willing to party with each other then. Then it became more separate, and then house music became one of those kinds of musics to where, to hear house music, honey, you automatically identified as gay. And so, yeah, so honey, I understand. Roderick that came up in here. Roderick! Hello there, my darling. What are you doing up here? Sarah Dash. LaBelle herself. I'm talking about LaBelle. LaBelle is in here. Hey, big sis, how are you? Tracy, you say what? I thought the same thing, Meach. Okay. Dominic, you say, What is this gay agenda BS? Stop using that as an excuse to persecute the gay community. Yes, there are those who prey on our youth and but let's not say things like that, cause then, wait a minute, you're calling out the whole community, and that's not right. Roger says, hi Grandma, hello there my granddaughter, how are you baby? What's going on in your world? You need to inbox me so I can keep up with you. How did you say what? But he was pushing foul on even the gay students. Like his sex addiction took a steroid, okay? Okay, now here's the thing, and that's why I'm saying this is not so much as a gay agenda, because you say he was pushing up on the gay children. See, this is why I'm saying this here, to say that he was probably involved in sex addiction and carrying on goes exactly to what I'm saying. See, this here is someone who was preying on wanting to have sex. Okay, now Morehouse being an all-boys establishment, an all-boys college, okay, all male college or whatever. It's easy to put that on. It was a gay agenda bullshit, but no, it's not that at all, honey. This is somebody who sat up there and found a way to sit down there and make something happen. Got caught up because I'm sure this ain't the first time. He just caught right now. And this and that. So honey, no. We're going to take that gay agenda thing off of that, because that's not what this is. Okay, how did you say? Well, house music was birth of disco and techno. It allowed gay and straights to come together like disco. Well, no. Well, yes and no, because see, what it was the beat that attracted us. But, of course, at the clubs, because a lot of folks came to the club. See, before social media carrying on, the bars and the clubs were the social interaction. So we went out to the bar if you wanted to get a one-night stand or whatever, meet somebody carrying on. It was at the club. You had conversation over a cocktail, over a dance. It was nothing to go over and say, hey, can I get this dance with you and carrying on? And get your dance card full or whatever. You get out there and do the latest dances and things. And, you know, it was always said, if you could dance on the dance floor, honey, what could you do in that bedroom? That was always the telltale sign. So, but when it came down to gay and straight and this, that, and the other, honey, a lot of the house music that was played in gay clubs were not played in straight clubs. Not the deep stuff. They played the popular stuff that you heard on the radio or whatever. But the underground stuff, no, baby, no. You wasn't getting that at no straight club. You wasn't getting it there because it was too risque. It was too much. The kids couldn't handle it, honey. Okay. Sarah says, I'm great. Okay, hi. I love it. King has come up in here. Ruben is up in here. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Go ahead. Y'all know I'm at the donut factory.
Back of house patrol. All is 10-4.
That's a copy. Let me take my notes down. Hold on, because I got to put this in the log. And carrying on. Okay. Back of house. All right. So that's what a lot of this is, darling. A lot of this, but it still doesn't define how is it that we have allowed a society to sit down and instead of accepting and appreciating the music, sit down and now tell folks that because you listen to certain music that it defines your masculinity or your femininity or your character. Okay? How do we do it? I'm still trying to understand the people who say pink is for girls and blue is for boys. Whatever the hell that is. See, we have gotten, we have allowed ourselves to be bombarded with such stupidity. Okay? And then we make these rules and want exact interpretation of these rules. Pastel colors, honey, the Easter colors, the violets and the lime greens and the sunshine yellows and the pinks and the mauves and dusty roses and, the chartreuses and things. Child, because those colors, we have allowed those colors to say, oh, those are feminine colors. It's a color. It is a color. What the hell do you mean feminine color? But we have allowed that to define it. Because masculine clothes, men got, 5 or 6 colors. You got black, navy blue, brown, gray, burgundy, and sometimes green. You got to have that dark hunter green every now and again. or olive green, an olive army green, you know. That's acceptable as far as men's colors are concerned. Anything that deviates that, you know, then it becomes, you are quote unquote suspect. And that's stupid. It is so stupid. I just don't understand it. So now we're in the state of now having to understand or try to make sense of why this is. And then you have a whole generation of folks who question this and you know, have to deal with ridicule because they like colors. You know, I'm one who knows a lot of colors. If you get I tell folks, get your box of 64 crayons, your Crayola box. You learn your colors. Okay, you learn the difference between a hunter green and an emerald green. Yes, they're similar, but there's a difference. Okay, there's a slight difference. You gotta have a sharp eye to understand the difference. Okay, or or the difference between, and now see, one of my favorite color, I love sage green. Sage green sets me. It's just so beautiful, and I think I really got into it when Fingerhut used to do the silk sheets, and they used to do the sage green on the silk and satin sheets, and then they did a deep a royal purple, like an amethyst. Oh, absolutely sickening, absolutely. And I love putting those two together. So those are my two favorite colors. But because of that, you know, folks will mistake sage green for a like a lime green, or then you got lime green, then you got yellow green, because they got a little bit more yellow in it than whatever. Child, you have to understand that. So if you learn that, you know, you learned it from the Crayola box or whatever. But now, folks up there get stupid about it. Okay, there's a difference between mauve and dusty rose. Okay, there's a difference. Okay. However, that there is too much, because someone like me would take notice of that, and it then questions my masculine. Because a man don't worry about color. Honey, it's pink. Okay, it's pink. That's all they know. There's a difference between mauve, dusty rose, and fuchsia. Okay. Anyway, Jada came up in here. How did you say what? Negro church suit colors. Okay, well, you know it. Okay. You know, you got to go to the meeting, do our duties and things. So yes, I'm gonna be typing and talking at the same time. So now I'm going back to the music, because y'all still ain't putting no artists up in here. Okay, outside of Beyonce, who is it that y'all feel, and maybe I'm perpetuating the stereotype, but no, because straight folks, they really believe this. They really believe this. That certain music you're not supposed to listen to, it goes against the man code, quote unquote. But nobody has put an artist up in here yet. And I tried this test around here at the job. But like I said, I got Beyonce. I took her off the table because everybody gonna say her. So, and then I got anything that says twerk music. If it's twerking, a man ain't supposed to be rocking that unless he at the strip club going to watch somebody twerk. So, give it to me, honey. Dominic, you said what? Celine, Britney, and Madonna. Okay, now Madonna is old school. Celine will be old school right about now. But Britney Spears, Toxic. Okay, Toxic. Okay. That's my song. I like that. Okay, so okay, maybe Britney, but okay, is that color lines though? Because a lot of African American children may not rock Miss Britney, honey. Okay, but okay, I can see that. Madonna was always one of the ones, child. So, you know, okay, I could get that. And then Celine Dion, Celine goes up in there. She would be one because she goes up in that Barbra Streisand category. You know, that easy listening to, that soft and carried on, you know, and she's diva, you know, so yeah, okay. Grace, that's in Grace Jones. I don't know about that one, because see, Grace being androgynous as she was, child, a lot of the kids, now maybe the song pull up to the bumper, okay, but as far as rocking her, a lot of kids will rock her because, Like they got love on top of love and stuff. And what was the one? What was the one from Boomerang? Was it Bulletproof Heart? Okay. So, yes, honey. Ricky, you say what? And the funny thing, when she said it to me, was is I'm not even gay, but I respect all people, and that's just who I am. Did she say that, child? Okay, you know what? Stop it. Okay, just stop, because it doesn't even make sense. Hold on. Go ahead.
1027. Main lobby, front drive, all is 10-4.
Copy that. All right. How'd you say some Little Kim songs? Well, I don't know about Little Kim, because see one thing about Little Kim is she was hard. See, she was one of them gangster things, and then that was Biggie's girl. So you know, hell, if you was rocking Biggie, then shit, hell, you had to rock Lil' Kim or whatever. Unless, well, okay, maybe, because you said some Lil' Kim songs. So I guess when she was sitting up there talking about her stuff and her kitty cat and this, that, and the other, I guess a straight man wouldn't be rocking that. But you know, she was into that and carrying on. Okay. Oh my God, you know what? You never did put your name up in my inbox so I could stop tearing it up. Olay Tudes. Olay Tudes. I think that's how that's pronounced. Olay Tudes. I believe. I think that's what that is. Okay. Welcome, honey. Thanks for watching. How did you say what? Dudes still rock, Grace Jones. Oh yeah, Grace, I got love on top of love, honey. I got what you need and more. More than you bargained for. Come on now. Dominic, you said Nicki and Trina. Oh, Nicki Minaj. Really? Interesting. I don't know. Because I know Nicki she got a nice gay following, but I think she had more straight folks to follow her than gay children. Okay. Trina, okay. Maybe. Adina Howard, maybe. Because see, Trina and Adina and all them girls, I put in that same niche. But see, they were real raunchy, and the way how they talked about, you know, sex and carrying on and this, that, and the other, it appealed to straight men. It was very women empowering, but at the same time, it still gave straight men that edge because it didn't threaten them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the people who they feel as though they can't be rocking it for whatever reason, it's a threat to their masculinity, and I'm still trying to figure out why or what is it. And the only thing that the straight folks will say is, "Oh, you can't be rocking that shit here for what? You know, here nah." And they don't give no reason, and the only reason that comes out of it is that most of those girls have a huge gay following. And they don't want to be assumed that because they listen to this that they, you know, maybe tip it on the wild side or whatever. You know, that's the only reason, because they don't give a reason outside of nah, that shit weak, and nah, you know, and it's stupid. Okay, and see how silly this is. Exactly. Okay. Exactly. So that's how come I said when I brought this up, because like I said, my road dog, honey, we was on the phone and we were having a conversation, child, and he was, you know, he got into his whole bag of, you know, I just can't see no straight man rocking that, you know, and carrying on, and especially if he know all the words. If you know all the words to this shit, honey, then something wrong, okay? Because you ain't no straight man. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. What if it's a rocking song, if it's a bumping song? Okay, why can't he rock it? Because look at it from this particular standpoint. Because if, you know, I may not know all the words, you know, but hell, Biggie and Tupac can carry it on. You know, they got some songs that with the T. But hell, Biggie done sat up there and sampled a Diana Ross song. He sampled I'm Coming Out. So of course I'm gonna know that part of it, because hell, that's my. So if you sampled Ross, okay, and then want to get into that particular following, how come I can't know the words? Because it just happened to be a song where you done made it a song because you got my attention by sampling the beat. So if I learn the song, does that make me have straight tendencies, quote unquote, on anything? You know what I'm saying? Because I just happen to like the song. Why can't it go the both ways? See, as long as you like something straight acting, straight affirming, or supposedly masculine, you cool. But if it goes the other way around, there's something wrong. Why is that a factor? Why is that a factor? I still ain't got no answer to that. Okay? How did you say what Nicki Minaj is trade meeting music? And what you know about trade meeting music, Mr. Straight Man? Okay? How do you say again? Nicki is for feminine and preteen fast-tailed girls. Interesting. Okay, Aaron came up in here. Ty, you say what? Fantasia, Monica, and Brandy. Now, you know what? Ironically enough, Fantasia, no. Tasia is the American Idol, baby. So Tasia got straight. She got straight me and antics and stuff. You know. So Tasia, you get away with. Monica, I don't know. I don't know if she's strong enough. Brandy on the other hand, Brandy was Brandy. Brandy was very teeny bopping. So a lot of men may not be listening to her. So I don't think she would have that equation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think she would have made that rank. Monica go over there with Trina and Adina Howard and carrying on because, you know, she in that groove. You know, she pretty, had a little body or whatever. So, yeah. And then, again, she not threatening. Tasia's in a, you know, she's like a Patti LaBelle, you know, up in there to where they could rock with her. Okay, they could rock with her. Dominic say, this subject reminds me of the part in Beauty Shop when he was rapping to I'll Take Your Man. Okay, right. Because he knew all the words, okay? And then the kids looking at him like, hey, nigga, what's wrong with you? Okay, and that kind of thing, you know? So, you know, it becomes that way. You know, it becomes that way. So, there you have it. There you have it, baby. So, what do we do, children? What do we do? Huh? What do we do? Okay, how come we just can't enjoy the music? How come we just can't? Because I look at it from this particular perspective, because I say this all the time. I said, well, sweetie, they done sold millions and millions and millions of copies of this damn song, okay? So, it's not just gay men that bought this. It's not just straight women that bought this, okay? Now, we know about the overseas market, so okay. But it's not just those children who bought it. So, if it's strong enough for you to buy, how come you can't let folks know that you rock it? How about that? Let me stand up because this damn chair is on my ass chair. Oh. And it's pressing up against my damn belt buckle. Okay. Now, what you say, Brandy is too bubblegum for me. Okay. That's what you say, Tracy. How do you say what? Fantasia is for down low men who over-relate to Tyler Perry movies and just got out of jail. You know what? Fuck you, Haji. Your ass is so fucking stupid. Down low men. If you don't cut that bullshit out. So here's the thing. Now Haji, I'm gonna put this to you since you got all this there wisdom and being the straight man that you are. Why is it that we have all these damn categories or whatever? Why is it that this bullshit exists? How come you just can't enjoy the fucking music? And why is it that you as a straight man have allowed music to dictate your damn sexuality? Why is that? Because it makes no sense. This is stupid as fuck. But it's real because folks absolutely believe it. And you're proving it because you sitting up here putting down absolute reasons. So why is that part of this so-called man code? Okay, why does this man code exist? And how come y'all don't teach it? Because see, a lot of this shit is unspoken rules. So you don't know it until you get into it, and then a man want to sit there and don't no man do that. That's fucked up. You know, all that bullshit. Go ahead.
827, Bethany Livingston, followed by you, all 10-4.
Copy. Well, that's a song on Kaya, My Neck, My Back. Okay, well, now that's true. Now that song there, okay. Now see, are we going individual songs? Because, that's a whole separate thing. So we can go, oh, wait a minute, this light is just killing me. Okay. Now we go individual songs, yeah, because certain songs, now I can understand that. Certain songs, but we talking about certain artists, because see, the whole thing of it becomes artists. That their whole catalog. No, you don't rock this particular person because I can't rock this because this is dumb. It's just dumb. Just fucking dumb. Shit. Don't know what to do with it. So be that as it may. But now let me go back here because the whole thing with Morehouse College and carrying on, I want to revisit that because I don't want this to get so far out of hand with the children. And I don't want this to seem as though this is some kind of sexual predator on the loose. And even though it will read that way because of they're saying he's targeting these folks and carrying on, I really believe that this is someone who has stood up there and did his due and basically targeted certain people that he knew he can target, And then, like I said, on the hunt, we as males and menfolk, honey, we go on the hunt for Red October child because we can, because we're very visual creatures and all of that, okay? And then, it's all about the chase and the conquer. And once we get it, then what? Okay, then we move on to the next. And I really believe some of these children had caught feelings or whatever, and it became something. Because see, right now, I don't even believe that school has started. I don't think that the new term has started. I think that at the end, the tail end of a term. Okay, so I don't know. It's just interesting. How do you say, well, certain songs and mannerisms will have sugar dudes in your inbox talking about what you're doing, but if you get offended, they will remind you of your playlist selection. Okay. So see, no, hold on, brother. Because see, what you're not going to do is throw that into the arms of the queen. You're not going to throw that back. Because see, these particular rules started because y'all, the straight society has put these rules into play and then get mad when they throw them back up in them. Because if somebody's hitting on you, again, if somebody hit on you and it's not your persuasion, it's somebody who you're not interested in talking to, it's nothing to say, I'm not interested. Okay? It's a whole nother thing. If you sit up there playing, I'm going to lead you on, I'm going to play this game with you, and then playing with folks' emotions and carrying on. And then they get caught up and wrapped up into a fantasy, which is their fault. They get caught up in a fantasy and then they throw it back at you. Because what they done was take you and put you in your face. So, but here you just did that saying, okay, have sugar dudes, okay, in your inbox. But here, these are rules that y'all set. So why is it? See, I wouldn't have to throw a playlist in your face if the playlist didn't have nothing. If the playlist wasn't a hot topic, if it wasn't something that you sit up there and say, oh, well, because you listen to these music, it must mean that. See, so no, no, I ain't accepting that. Tracy, you say, well, I want to hear the other side. I haven't heard his side. Whose side? They're gonna call you false flagging. And false flag, I never even heard of that particular term. So what the hell are you talking about? Explain that. Okay, I don't even know what the hell that is. False flagging. No, but okay, but then again, unless they're talking about you baiting them, if you're simply trying to bait somebody with the music, again, see, those are games. See, those are two different. See, what you're saying is two different issues. If you're talking about somebody sitting there trying to use this as a ploy, if you using the music as a ploy, oh, okay, I'm going to sit down here because I'm trying to be your friend or whatever, and I'm going to sit down here and play your game, And I'm gonna sit up here and play your Beyonce "Who Run the World" girls and Baby Boy, You Are On My Man, and all that kind of stuff. If I'm gonna play that because I'm trying to play your game, then you going in this wrong. You're going in this the wrong way. Okay. So if you playing the game, then yes, then you're gonna get this false flagging or whatever because you playing the game. And that's a whole separate issue that has nothing to do with your sexuality because you like certain music. If you like the music, you like the fucking music. How come you just can't stand on it? But fuck it, I like it. You know, that doesn't make sense. Oh, you said the Morehouse guy who was accused. Oh, so you want to hear his side? I do too, Tracy. I do too. Because like I said, see, he's quiet and quiet as is kept. There's probably his attorneys, if he has one, telling him to keep his mouth closed. But I'm almost certain, honey, that it is what it is. You got power, and I believe it's both sides of that. I believe that, number one, he knew who he can tackle and carry on because, shit, they came up in there walking around the damn place with the damn shorts and shit on, you know, enticing. I believe too that shit, you know, there are some who were willing participants and carrying on, and they were consenting adults, you know, and things of that nature. And I think that something had went and got wild, got off out of hand. I believe in that. Okay. Yes, indeed. I'm believing it wholeheartedly. Because something just ain't making sense with that. You know? Something ain't making sense. Hey, baby! And so there's that piece missing. But then, too, you know, they're trying to say that there's more than one person and carrying on that this has happened to. So I'm like, okay, let's understand this. You know? But I'm telling you, that's what I think it is. Okay? Tommy done came up in here. Hey, Tommy, how you doing, baby? How's the book sales going for you? Y'all don't know, Tommy had wrote a wonderful book called, what is it, The Other Shoe? My left shoe. Honey, I'm telling y'all need to go and get that. That's a fabulous, fabulous read. I had Tommy on the radio show. So, yeah, Tommy, put your information down there in the comments so you can find out how to get your book, baby. So, be that as it may. So that there was that, children. That's what I want to talk about today. I still haven't weighed in on this stuff with the political stuff, and because you know this whole thing about the racist comment with 45 and all this old bullshit. You know, I'm not buying it. I mean, I am, but I ain't. Because him going into his whole spiel and carrying on and everybody up in arms about, oh, send them to go back home and all that. I always tell white folks this when I hear that kind of rhetoric. Why is it that you always want us to go home? How come you don't take your ass back over there to England with the Queen? Because she put all y'all bitch asses out. Y'all came over here because y'all were thugs, y'all were degenerates, y'all were people who did not follow the rules of the land and carrying on. You were the dregs of society. Y'all got put out. The way they try to tell this story, honey, oh, y'all decided to just leave, and the Queen said, okay, she gave y'all 3 ships. No, that bitch said, get the fuck out, and for you to go, I'm going to give y'all these ships. I'm going to make sure you go. She gave y'all 3 boats to get the fuck up out of there. So why is it every time y'all say somebody to go home that y'all always want us to go? Why don't you go back? Y'all go back. Go on back over there to England where you come from. And see how that fits and how that sounds to you. Okay? Why everybody else got to go home? Shit. Tracy, you say what? Nowadays people were thirst trapped and spinning. Well, yeah, that's true. That there is true. They gonna do all that, darling. Because see, we are in a reality show climate and a reality show type atmosphere, to where, you know, the big loud noise and stuff get it. You know, the jumping over the tables, the throwing water and wine and shit in your face. The sit up there, you know, got to have a spectacle. The children are always doing that kind of stuff, and now that's what seems to get the attention. Everybody's doing that old kind of crazy ass shit, and for what? They want the fame of it all. They ain't getting no fortune. They just want the fame. So I just don't understand, you know. So there you have it. Okay, there you have it. Howard has come up in here. Hey, baby, what's going on? Thanks for coming up in. Okay, so that there is that right now. Would you say, Dominic, this distraction is real? This more? Oh, hey. Okay, of course it's real. Listen, it's always a distraction, darling, when something is about to come down the pipeline. And anytime something real big is about to go down, we get something in the news that becomes a heavy distraction to where we so busy rallying over here, we don't look at what's going on. We don't look at the whole big picture. And oftentimes, I think that's what's happening. Ooh, excuse me. That we're forgetting what's going on in the rest of the world, child. Okay? And it's crazy. However, okay, there you go. You put it in here. Okay, good. Two left shoes. Okay, there we go. See more. Hold on. It's a romantic thriller, erotic romantic thriller. Okay, yeah, he put down. Tommy has put down his website, honey, for you to go and get the book. Two Left Shoes. Child, listen to me. I'm telling you that is a fantastic read, darling. Okay, it has everything in it that you want. A lot of salaciousness in it. Okay, and baby, it is a hot read. So for those of you who are readers and carrying out, I encourage that. And then I really need to get back into reading heavily again. I want to do that, but I got to make sure I carve out time because I want to bring that back to the radio show and carry it on. So that there is that. But I'm distracted. But everything is a distraction because I named today's show the category is, darling, because I know there was a hodgepodge of stuff. I want to get serious, but I want to stay playful as well because I didn't want to get too emotionally wrapped up today. Because, child, y'all know how this can be and carry it on. The Archbishop has come up in here. Hello there, Mama. Carl Bean, honey. For those of you who don't know, the Archbishop of Unity Fellowship Church Movement, honey, this is the one and only Carl. I was gay and born this way, Bean. So, yes, thanks for coming up in here. Hello, how are you? I missed your birthday celebration, so happy birthday. I'm late, but okay. Happy birthday anyway. And things of that nature. I need to have you to come back on the show, Bishop, and things, because I want to do a follow-up with you on a few things. Yeah. And all of that. But going into this, you know what, but Bishop, while you're here, let me do this because one of the things that I advocate for, and this is why I have these topics, is about understanding the life of being social justice advocates and activists, okay? Because one of the things about this is that we have to make sure that though we are fighting, we have to make sure that we fight for the rights of everybody. We want to make sure that the do-gooders are doing good and that those who perpetuate evil and carry it on don't prosper. We have to make sure that we do that, children, because if it hurts one, it's going to hurt everybody. So now we can't dismiss all of the hurt in the world, of course, because you know that there is not having a human experience. But what we want to do is lessen the blow some kind of way, so that the ills, we have a lot of ills, honey, the hatred and the ills. We have to make sure that we do our part to lessen that and to call it out. We have to call it out so that we can right those wrongs, okay, and apologize for those, and be accountable and responsible, and things of that nature. And I know, you know, to say that you need to be accountable and responsible have become buzzwords now. You know, a lot of folks don't get it, but we have to do more than what we're doing in order to make sure that everybody's rights are protected. And you may not like people, you may not agree with them, But as long as everybody's a human being, we have to make sure that we are doing our part for everyone to be stable. You know, because if they come for that person, then eventually they're gonna come for you. Okay, Tom, you said, well, Steve Harvey's entertainment attorney has read my book and likes it. She referred me to a screenplay writer. She likes it so much. She wants her manager in LA to know about it. I'm one step closer to a movie. That's fabulous. Women see more. Or a TV miniseries. All right then, Tommy. Okay. That there is good news, darling, for the book. Good news, honey, for the book. Okay? Fabulous. Okay, I'm going to damn yawn. Well, all right, that means I done talk myself out a little bit because I'm about to start talking in circles. So let me let this go. And on that note, you guys, honey, if you could think of any other artists that we need to put into the playlist or whatever, that straight men feel as though that they should listen to, or masculine men feel as though they should listen to, let's do that. Put them down and let's discuss it. As far as the Morehouse College thing is concerned, let's see what comes out of this, because we need to look into this and see what's happening. Because right now, my feeling is that these are children, honey, who have an axe to grind. Okay, now I'm not going to take away from those who feel as though they've been sexually assaulted. We're not going to take away from them, but the whole thing in this feels as though some of these are kids with axes to grind, and they really want to get him in trouble for whatever reasons, because a lot of them did it willingly. So, be that as it may. So, with that being said, darlings, honey, if you love me, tell a friend, baby. If you hate me, tell an enemy. Okay. But do know this: one way, shape, style, form, or fashion, everything that I'm doing will what? Move forward. Okay? Like, share, subscribe this, honey. Take this over to somebody. Let's have some fun and let's see what everybody else is thinking. Share this topic as far as musical legends are concerned, or whatever. See what artists come up as you ask folks who straight folks feel as though they can't rock because they straight or they're masculine. Okay, and on that note, we'll talk again soon, darlings. I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye. Hello.